Right, we're over here at the site on a Tuesday. Beautiful day, well, a little cloudy, but nice and cool. Nice and cool, probably about 85, 86 degrees, not very humid. But over here to see what is going on today at the construction site. See, they took up their security barriers. Walk through the garage. They are continuing to work on the beams and columns, or the beams, I'm sorry. All the columns are done. Got some stirrups there. Is up here tying the rebar in there, the stirrups. And I think he's the first guy I've seen that is actually wearing some construction boots. Is that one all done, Kuya?
Yeah.
Tapos?
Yes.
This one too?
Only this set.
Oh, just that one.
This and then this one.
Oh, okay. All right, Wednesday morning, 10:40, here at the site. Check out progress. We got the new foreman, Edwin from Boracay. Boracay, who's making sure that this is going to get done the right way.
Yeah.
And quickly.
Yeah.
Diba?
Diba? Okay.
Okay. Edwin,
Yeah.
who was making sure things are getting done, right?
Yeah.
And tomorrow, Edwin is telling me they're going to start prepping to lay the rest of the concrete out here on the outdoor living area,
Yeah.
right? But you want to make sure that, because the cistern is going to be back there.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, Kuya. How are you?
Hello, sir. Fine.
Taking the forms off there, right, for the beams?
Yes, sir.
It's all good?
Wala, boss?
they're taking the wooden forms off of the beams that they poured yesterday, and they will use those forms and start doing the beams, pouring the concrete on the beams up in front of the house. So maybe in another week or two, they will be done with all of the beams. And they'll be ready for the roof trusses. Kuya out there is continuing to tie in the stirrups. Getting the sand for the concrete. All right, we're over at the site Thursday morning. Not much has really gotten done. They continue to work on the beams, forming the beams, and they started on the back, start working on completing the back outdoor living area. But let's take a look. Well, Kuya has said they were going to start back here, so they started to dig the trench out for the tie beam, and then they will eventually put the cistern in here, and then finish up on the columns and the beams, and then the concrete out here, and that'll be all part of the outdoor living area. So mix some concrete. They're finishing up on the top here. Bust the block up there a little bit so they can get the concrete inside, since it's flush up against the beam. And then they will plaster that, I'm assuming. So with the steps, we talked about the steps a few times. We decided on how we were going to do the steps. We're going to put a wall here. So my architect did a conceptual drawing. We had one initially to show how the plan was initially with the TV up against the existing wall, and then he put together some conceptual drawings of the wall there and the TV there. So I will put those in the video here, those pictures of those drawings that show both the way that it was initially and the way that it's going to be. Like I said during the last video, they are continuing to remove the forms, and once the concrete dries, they're removing the forms and they're forming off the beams farther up on the house. Good morning, Kuya. Here we go here, putting some forms up. 125. It's the master bedroom again. This is outside the master bedroom. So next to our house is the water pumping station for the subdivision, which was some motivation on this particular lot, because we knew that there'd be at least no one to this side of us. And then there's another subdivision to the rear. You really can't get away from being completely secluded, not having any houses around you. But so we'll have a house eventually when they sell that other lot over here. No lot here, and it's pretty quiet. checked on, if it produces any sound before we purchased the lot, and it doesn't. And every time I've been over here, I haven't heard anything. I've never seen anybody over there. So again, we're at the front of the house. This is the inside of the garage, obviously. And like I said, they are continuing to form up. Well, they're singing. But they're continuing to form up the beams. And then the two-car garage, this area here is going to be like a little work area. And then we're going to have some overhead storage. I don't remember how high the ceiling is going to come up here, but we're going to utilize the higher ceiling and then just have some hanging down storage, metal storage, frame storage. I think that's what we're planning on doing. And then those are the windows into the living room there. And of course this will be where the power, where the electrical panel is going to be. And I just met with one of our first solar companies because we're going to do solar in the house. So they will probably put the inverter, and it's undecided whether or not we're going to do with the batteries or just, well, we're going to be tied into the grid regardless, but still contemplating the batteries. But that equipment will go here. So anybody who did solar, particularly in the Philippines, or familiar with it, I'd be interested to hear your comments. Again, I talked to a solar company yesterday. It was the first one. They're producing an estimate, but it looks like it's going to be about a 10 to 12 kilowatt system, probably going with the 10 kilowatt system, and with batteries, maybe with batteries, getting two estimates, one with batteries and one without. But regardless of whether we do batteries or not, we're still going to be tied into the grid. And I forget what they call that, but you're tied into the grid. Any extra electricity that you produce, you can sell back to the electric company at a reduced rate. Obviously, you don't get very much for it. But that's where they're going to put the solar equipment, the inverter, and if we do batteries, the batteries will be over here as well in the garage. So again, anybody who is familiar with it, I welcome any comments, suggestions on the solar system. So that'll wrap it up for this week. Again, any comments, questions, suggestions, put them in the comments. If you liked it, hit like. If you didn't like it, then don't hit like or hit the dislike. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit subscribe. Thanks for joining. See you next time. Hello. See you next time.